Traveling alone isn't just about seeing new places, it's about seeing the world differently. When you're on your own, you notice the small details, the quiet moments that often go unnoticed. You learn to listen to the city, to the people, and to yourself. Every step becomes a discovery, not just of the world, but of what's inside you. Solo travel gives you the freedom to connect in unexpected ways. And sometimes, it's not about finding answers, but about learning to appreciate the journey. Hello everyone! Welcome back to my channel. It's me, Charlotte of Cebu. Yay! Pangalawang solo travel vlog na naman ang magaganap. I didn't expect, no? Kasi last week or 2 weeks ago, we were in Bantayan Island. And now, we are here in Manila. So, hindi na po bago sa akin yung Manila. What? Hindi na po bago sa akin ang lugar na ito. However, marami ring mga places na hindi ko pa napuntahan. And I want to discover about the story behind of it. No? Yun talaga yung cravings natin. Yung mga kaalaman. So, stay tuned because I am so excited to explore some places here in Metro Manila. And yes, panibagong adventure. For sure, yung lugar na pupuntahan natin, ayun talagang new for us. Okay? Thank God! Welcome to Binondo, Manila's vibrant Chinatown, where history, culture, and food come together in the most amazing way. My day started at the Binondo Church, a beautiful place with centuries of history. The calm and peace of the church was the perfect contrast to the lively streets outside. Wandering through Chinatown, you can feel the energy, the mix of old and new. I couldn't resist trying some of the local treats, starting with a fried siomai, crispy on the outside and packed with the flavor inside. Then I sipped on refreshing sugarcane juice, a sweet and cool break from the heat. This one cost 100 pesos. For brunch, I stopped by Ying Ying Tea House. The food here is legendary. Dim sum noodles and everything you'd expect from a traditional Chinese tea house. I began with their freshly steamed shrimp siomai, each bite bursting with flavor, followed by a bowl of hot, comforting noodles. The rich broth was the perfect balance of savory and light, while the noodles were soft and smooth, just the way I love them. Every dish felt like a warm embrace, comforting and satisfying. I couldn't get enough. After filling up, I couldn't live without visiting Ing Bitin. It was my first time stepping into a Chinese delicacy shop like this, and I was excited to see all the treats laid out before me. Known for its delicious hopia, I couldn't resist picking up a few to bring home. The flavors are uniquely Pinoy, perfectly sweet and just the right amount of richness. What I loved most is that everything is affordable, making it easy to try a variety of snacks without breaking the bank. If you're ever in Binondo, this place is a must visit for a true taste of Filipino Chinese flavors. Binondo is more than just a neighborhood. It's a feast for the senses. From the sights and sounds to the smells and flavors, it's an experience that you won't forget. This place really shows you the heart of Manila's Chinatown. Today is Thursday and nandito po tayo ngayon sa Intramuros. Yes. I feel so excited, no? Dream ko talaga makapasyal dito. And earlier, we went sa isa sa mga bagong museum po dito. And now we are on our way sa Casa Manila. So yung Intramuros po ay isa po siya sa mga historical places dito sa Manila. And yung Intramuros po ay galing po yan sa salitang Latin. May dalawang kahulugan po yan. Ang intra ay ibig sabihin ay sa loob. At ang muros naman, ibig sabihin pader. So sa loob ng pader ang kanyang literal na kahulugan. So sa Ingles ay within the walls. So yun po yun, no? Sa mga hindi nakakaalam kung bakit nga ba ito'y tinatawag na Intramuros. We are still here sa Intramuros. And yeah, na-research ko yung ilan sa nasabing lugar, pero hindi yung kabuuan. We are currently here sa Fort Santiago. So I'm speechless, honestly. Bigla akong nalungkot. Yung emotion ko ngayon, hindi ko alam kung paano i-express. Nalungkot ako dahil napaka-brutal ng dinanas nila sa panahon ng mga Hapon. Kasi nga, dito nakita ko kung saan inilibing yung mga walang kalaban-laban na mga Pilipino. Yung ilan, yung mga babaeng ginahasa at pinatay at binaon nila, napuntahan ko kanina lang. And di ko talaga lubos maisip, paano na lang kung yun yung taon na pinanganak din ako, no? Ang daming mga learnings and insights habang nagtutour ako, habang inaalam. Iba kasi yung pakiramdam sa totoo lang na you are learning these places by book or binabasa mo lang kaysa na nasa actual na lugar ka. Yun. I don't know. I can't really express it right now. Place din na bigla akong naluluha kasi nakita ko yung video sa nangyari talaga. Alam nyo ba, ang Intramuros ay sa taong 1945 tinawag na Battle of Manila. Dito ay yun ang pinaka-grabe digmaan na naganap noong World War II, kung saan ay sinira lang naman, binomba lang naman ng mga Hapon ang Intramuros. At alam nyo ba, may 7 churches yung Intramuros dati sa panahon ng mga Kastila. Pero napag-alaman ko, sa kasalukuyan, 2 na lang yung natitira. At isa na dito, yung pinakasikat, which is the cathedral. Yung cathedral daw ay 7 beses na yung nirenovate, inayos, dahil nga palagi itong nasisira pag may sakuna katulad ng lindol. Pero napakaganda ng cathedral. First time kong pumasok, although nakita ko na ito before, sa labas lang. Pero nung pumasok ako, ang ganda. At isa siya sa pinakamasikat na tourist destination. Kasi nung Pagpasok ko pa lang, ang daming mga turista. Totoo namang nakaka-boring yung history sa klase. Pero if you are learning history like this, na ikaw mismo yung pumupunta sa lugar, iba talaga yung pakiramdam. Parang nagbalik ka noon. Parang kang nag time travel na parang nakikita mo yung lahat ng mga kaganapan. Nakakalungkot. Naaawa ako sa mga Pilipino dati. Kasi nga, wala silang kalaban-laban. 30 years. Then, fortunately, laki siya. Maganda. Ganda pa ng panahon. So, ito po yung bungad. Fort Santiago. We're about to explore this place. Let's see kung ano ang malalaman natin sa fort na ito. Look at the view. So, ang fort na ito. As I made my way through the historic Fort Santiago, one place pulled me in, the dungeon. Dark, cold, and silent. This space holds some of the most painful stories in Philippine history. Originally used during the Spanish colonial era, the dungeon was where political prisoners, revolutionaries, and ordinary Filipinos who opposed the regime were held. Many tortured, some never making it out alive. While national hero Dr. Jose Rizal was indeed imprisoned in Fort Santiago, his cell was located above ground, not in the dungeon. But this place still echoes the suffering of countless nameless heroes. But it wasn't just during the Spanish period. During World War II, the dungeon became a site of even deeper horror. Hundreds of Filipinos were imprisoned here by Japanese forces. Many were tortured, and many died. Some say over 600 bodies were found after the war. Women, too, suffered unthinkable violence. Many were raped and brutalized within these walls. Stepping inside, I couldn't feel the weight of silence. The walls are thick with memories of pain, of fear, of resistance. It's dark, not just because there's no light, but because of what this place represents. And yet, standing here, I also felt something else, a deep respect for those who endured, for those who fought back in silence, and for those whose names we may never know, but whose stories must never be forgotten. I stood still, and in that silence, I could almost hear them. The faint cries, the dragging of chains, the soft gasps of people taking their last breath. It was like the walls were still echoing their final moments. I felt them around me, watching, waiting. For a moment, I imagined myself as one of them, locked in the darkness, scared, forgotten. I felt my chest tighten, as if I was taking my last breath too. Their pain, their fear, it felt so close, too real. Those souls, they are still here. I could feel it. Like they are asking for something. Not to be feared, but to be remembered, to be heard, to be honored. Justice? Maybe. Or peace. This dungeon isn't just a part of history, it's a reminder of what was lost, of what was survived, and of the strength it takes to remember. It reminds us that freedom was never free, that it came at a price far greater than we often realize, that behind every stone, there were lives cut short, voices silenced, and dreams left unfinished. But it is also reminds us of courage, the kind that endures even in darkness, even no one is watching. These walls do not simplify echo with screams of the past. They echo with the will to survive. And though the faces are gone, their stories remain, etched in every crack, in every chill that runs down your spine. They ask not just to be remembered, but to be understood. Because remembering isn't enough. We have to carry their memory with purpose, to stand against injustice, to protect peace, and to never let this kind of darkness rise again. This dungeon is not only where history sleeps, it's where it breathes. And when you stand here long enough, you realize it's not just their story, it's ours too.
Ayak tayo, guys. Hindi pa naman hindi maiyak. Grabe yung history. No, na-heartbreak na ako eh. Gusto ko nang umuwi. Gusto ko nang pahinga. Finally. Nice view. Nabawi sa view. So, napakaganda sa ilalim. Yun yung pinaka-highlights. Sa lugar na ito, sa Fort Santiago, yun yung pinaka-highlights. First time kong maiyak habang inaaral yung history.
Dr. Jose Rizal, the national hero of the Philippines, spent his final days here in Fort Santiago. Arrested for his writings and beliefs, he was seen as a threat to Spanish rule. Inside his prison cell, under heavy guard, he wrote his final poem, Mi Ultimo Adios, a farewell filled with love for his country and quiet strength in the face of death. On December 30, 1896, just before sunrise, he was led out of these gates and walked to Bagumbayan, where he was executed by firing squad. But his death did not silence him. It awakened a nation. His words, his sacrifice, his bravery lived on in the hearts of Filipinos. Here in Fort Santiago, his memory remains strong. And as you stand in the same place where he once stood, it's impossible not to feel the weight of his legacy. A reminder that one man's voice can change the course of history.
Kung namangha at napabilib sa kanya, ito po yung sinabi ko kanina na iba talaga pag inalam mo lang yung history sa pamamagitan ng libro, sa pagbabasa, kaysa sa pagbisita sa mga location nito. Katulad ng Fort Santiago. So, uulitin ko dito, siya ikinulong bago siya barilin sa Bagumbayan. At nakakaiyak yung kwento ni Dr. Jose Rizal. Napakatapang niya. Kaya naway hindi natin siya pagtawanan, no? Or gawing biro. Kasi hindi talaga mapapantayan yung pagmamahal niya sa Pilipinas.
Casa Manila is beautifully restored Spanish colonial house in the heart of Intramuros. It shows how the wealthy lived during the Spanish era, with antique furniture, intricate woodwork, and timeless elegance. Walking through its halls feels like stepping into the past, where every detail tells a story of old Manila. From the grand living room to the quiet courtyard, every space reflects the charm and culture of a bygone time. It's more than just a house, it's a living memory of Manila's colonial past.
Finally exploring Metro Manila. And as of now, we are here at BGC for almost a week. Ang dami nating napuntahan, ang dami nating natuklasan, and ang dami nating new experiences. So, thank you very much, God, no? Kasi siya po yung unang rason, main reason kung bakit nandito tayo ngayon. And to myself too. Wait lang. Sinali pa talaga yung sarili. So yun, we're going to discuss about insights, learnings, no? While traveling alone in the capital city of the Philippines, of course, which is Manila. So, sa mga hindi po nakakaalam, this year I am aiming to travel alone. Wala lang, parang naramdaman ko lang na it's time for me to know myself more. In this way kasi, mas lalo mo talagang makilala ang sarili mo. And that is really true. Proven and tested. Although I'm not a solo traveler expert, kasi ito pa lang yung second time na nag-travel tayo. But still, ang dami ng pinagbago. Ang dami kong nalalaman talaga sa sarili ko, sa mga nakapaligid sa akin. And this video also your motivation to give it a try. Try to get out of your comfort zone. Kasi nga, ang ganda ng mundo. Lalo-lalo na yung bansang Pilipinas. I am so happy to be here. And naway may matutunan din kayo. Kasi we're not just roaming around, sightseeing. We are also trying to know these historical places just like Intramuros. Lahat ng napuntahan natin, bet na bet ko talaga, number 1 yung Intramuros. Kasi nga, doon mas lalo kong naintindihan yung mga kaganapan sa panahon ng mga Kastila, Amerikano, at even sa Hapon, no? Kung paano sila sinalakay, paano sila namuhay, yung mga buhay ng mga ilustrados. So, very interesting. So, I am convincing everyone to give it a try, to visit here in Manila. Kung hindi pa po kayo nakapunta dito, then it's your chance to witness the beauty of this place. First and foremost, hindi po madali yung pagiging isang solo traveler. You must be a risk taker. Kasi nga, if you're afraid to get out of your comfort zone, then there's no improvement nor growth for that. So, kailangan talaga risk taker ka at matatag yung loob mo dahil nga wala kang kaagapay kundi yung sarili mo lang. Number 2 is you must research first, no? Hindi porket gusto mong ma-surprise sa lugar. Try to research sa lugar na pupuntahan mo. You must know if it is safe. So, piliin mo yung mga lugar na may maraming tao. And kahit may maraming tao, di po natin alam yung mga mangyayari. So, you must be mindful. So, number 3 is traveling alone is, nasabi ko na to sa unang vlog ko, it is a trial and error experience. Hindi po lahat ng plano mo, kasi you need to plan for it. May mga pagkakataon talaga, chances na hindi lahat ng plano mo within that day ay mangyayari. Mga pagkakataon talaga na mawawala ka, mababaliw, charot lang. mawawala ka dahil nga bago ka pa lang sa lugar na iyon. Katulad nung nangyari sa atin sa Binondo, I was so eager to visit Binondo. And I told to myself na do it yourself lang talaga yung itinerary natin since I don't want to rely with someone. Yung ginawa ko lang bago tayo pumunta doon ay nag-research tayo, we tried to take down notes kung ano yung sasakyan, we took LRT going there, and then pagpunta natin doon ay hindi pala pagbaba mo, ayun na, may sasakyan ka pang tricycle, tas kailangan mo pang ulit-ulitin sa driver nang sa ganun ay hindi ka mawala. So, ganun talaga. Pero nawala po tayo nung nandun tayo sa Binondo. It took almost an hour for me to roam around the place para hanapin lang yung kainan na gusto kong puntahan. So, that is why napagod tayo dun. It was a good exercise kasi nga nakita natin yung buhay ng mga lokal doon. However, it takes time talaga pag nawala ka. So, yun lang yung disadvantage. But matututo ka din, no? Kahit papano, kahit naligaw ka, still at the end of the day, napuntahan mo yung lugar na gusto mo. So, which means, naghahanap ka talaga ng way. So, dito na papasok yung problem solving. Walang ibang magsasolve sa problem mo while you are traveling, kundi ikaw lang naman. So, ganun talaga, multitasking. Unlike if you're traveling with your friends or families, may tao kang masasandalan. Hindi ka matatakot. Be careful. Always be careful talaga kasi hindi lahat ng mga tao na lalapit sa'yo ay may maganda, like they're going to treat you well. Yung iba, they will just take advantage of you. So, yan, be vigilant and be careful and do not share your itinerary with them, your life with them. If they are going to talk with you, kung makikipagkwentuhan man sila sa'yo, it's fine. But you must be careful sa mga information na ibibigay mo or do not disclose your personal information mo. Ayun lang. You might try to interact, but not that much. You must also limit yourself. Okay? Sunod, 6, you will surely learn more about yourself at mas lalo kang mapapabilib dahil nga nakaya mo. Nakaya mo na ikaw lang, nakaya mo na i-face yung mga fears mo. Just like me, nahiya talaga ako na magtanong sa mga locals, but yun nga, sabi ko, walang ibang makakasolve ng problem mo while you're traveling, kundi ikaw lang din. You must try to seek help or some information sa mga locals. So, yun pa lang, no, nakakamangha na, mapapabilib ka sa sarili mo kasi may mga skills ka palang taglay na hindi mo pa alam. First solo travel experience when we were in Bantayan, it was indeed successful. So, yun po yung rason na we are here. We are here sa Maynila for our second solo travel experience. So, mas lalo kang mag-crave kasi nga, nabilib ka sa sarili mo. So, you wanted to do more, aim more. Next is, you will surely enjoy nature. Nature, historical places, mas lalo mong ma-appreciate yung mundong ginagalawan mo. Dahil nga, ang dami mong matutunan dahil sa mga learnings na makukuha mo. So, ay magkakaroon ka ng good connection with our creator, kung ano man yung pinapaniwalaan mo, dahil nga nag-iisa ka lang. Wala kang ibang masasambit kundi siya. Wala kang ibang mapagkwekwentuhan kundi siya lang. So, in this way, mag-strengthen talaga yung bond mo to our creator. So, these thoughts and learnings that we have right now ay base lang po talaga sa naging experience natin here sa Maynila. But gladly, this travel experience ay may dumating. I am able to spend time with my friend too, no? So, ganun talaga. Hindi ka hahayaan ni Lord na mag-isa ka lang forever. May ipapadala talaga siyang tao. Pero while you are alone, enjoy the process. Because at the end of the day, ang ganda sa feeling na kaya mo yung mga bagay na dati sa tingin mo ay hindi mo kaya. Stay tuned po mga kalingap because we are going to explore another place for our solo travel episode. Yes, nag-crave na ako nito. I don't know. In this way kasi mas nakikilala ko yung sarili ko. Although our current videos hindi malaki yung views, I don't even mind kasi yung gusto ko lang ay mag-create ng mga memories. So this video is indeed intended for myself para kahit paano naman, ito po yung mga proof na kaya na nating mabuhay na tayo lang. May mga araw talaga na yakapin natin yung buhay na tayo-tayo lang, right? So I hope this video encourages you to explore and witness the beauty of life that you have right now. Here dito sa BGC, kasama ko yung friend ko si Josephine, and we are doing upa hunting. Okay lang po, may pahintulot naman po sa mga namin, sa mga partners. We're allowed to roam around BGC with their permission. With their permission. So today we're going to do upa hunting. Yeah. Upa sightseeing lang naman. Hindi namin mumukbangin. Ayaw mumukbangin? Hindi ba talaga? Asa ka doon? Wala may upa doon. Ang daming upa tapos may kanyang hasiyo pa sa akin. Hasiyo. Hasiyo. Gusto kong kumain ng may kumakupot ka. Ano ka maliksan? May gwapa oh, may gwapa. Hawa diha, di ba dito? Ikaw. Oh, napagigwapa na po si Barbie. Nay Barbie, Nay Barbie. Nay Barbie sa kilid. Oh, Barbie. Dili ikaw. Tsakadal. Tsakadal. Barbie, tsakadal. Ayo.
Traveling solo isn't just about visiting new places. It's about discovering yourself in the quiet moments, in an unfamiliar streets, and in the kindness of strangers. It's learning to enjoy your own company, to find peace in silence and strength in being alone. I walked through history, tasted new flavors, and got lost in stories older than I am. But more than that, I learned to listen to the world and to myself. So, where are we next?